One of the things I was on the phone talking to my commercial lender today, because people are building properties to rent. We sell those, and then larger institutions are doing that, and everybody is right now chasing interest rates, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things I just said, hey man, when you're out there talking to the banks, see which one of them will do construction to perm and lock the rate up front on the construction loan and roll it directly into a permanent financing. It's all one loan.
Yep.
So the rate's locked up front. And, we have some people who do that right now, Heather. And, for a little while, banks are going to be willing to do that. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but for right now, there are banks who will do that. And so, I think it's important that we ask those kind of questions too, especially if you're buying a new construction deal. Why not? Let's see if there's a local bank who will do a construction to perm loan, right? Another thing that's really not that complicated. It does change the structure of the deal because a lot of people are not doing the construction loan because the builder's taking out the construction loan. But it's a pretty easy conversation to have up front with the builder if you need that kind of a deal to say, hey, can we do a construction to perm where I take the construction loan out? Maybe get a different deal with the builder, who knows? But it might be a way for you to lock your rate and not have to chase the rate around.
Yes.
And I don't think a lot of people know that that's an option either, but it is.
Yeah. I think one part in there that we could talk a little bit more about too is the local banks. Because we, on some duplexes we got fairly recently, I reached out to a local bank and got really good terms for our clients because they know the area, they know the project. Sometimes I'll even reach out to the bank who has the note for the seller, who's holding the note for the seller. And they often want to keep the project because if it's cash flowing and it's coming to us, they usually want to keep it in their portfolio.
Yep.
So I've been really successful doing that too, getting people to continue to finance.
Especially where conforming rates are going up and you can shop. Right now, local banks actually have better rates than some of the conforming products. Mm-hmm. And so it pays to do a little bit of shopping on those particular, if you're doing construction on those loans, right? Because if they do know the project and they do know the builder, oftentimes, like Heather said, they actually want the paper. Mm-hmm. They don't want to lose the loans, right?
Yep.
And so, anyway, and sometimes they're like in Kansas City, I know there are banks that do construction loans, but there's other banks that know who the builder is that love to do the permanent part. Yeah. Right. So that it may not be the construction loan bank that does the financing, but the permanent loan bank actually does. And they want to keep the paper. So they'll structure something as well.